sun was shining, and the sky was blue, and the mountains were green. It was real pretty. Lay down, I'll touch you. And so they decided to go along the river. They like to play in the water.
They go back and forth like they're
The little kitties like to play in the water. Well, they were playing in the water, and they decided to go for a swim. The little kitties didn't really like water that much, but they were just hopping on the rocks. And then Josie Kitty fell in the water, and Colette Kitty helped her out of the water. And she started to cry. Colette Kitty held her and rocked her in her arms, and she quit crying. She petted her. Don't cry, little kitty.
That's funny.
And then they were walking some more, and they saw a bear. Big old bear. You know what his name was?
No.
Brant the bear.
Yeah.
His name was Brant the bear, and he was fishing. He was sitting on a rock with a big old hat, and he had a big old pipe. And he had on some poly pants. And he didn't have any shoes on whatsoever. He was a big old bear. He started going, what's that I smell? I smell something around here.
Fish.
No, it ain't fish. Something else. Then he turned around and he saw the kitties. Well, that's what I smell. I smell kitties. I thought I smelled something. What are you kitties out doing today? Well, we're just going for a little hike, said Honey Kitty. Josie Kitty said, yeah, we're just going for a little hike. And the bear said, can't you use your inside voice? She goes, yeah. No, I'm not inside, I'm outside. I'm going to use my outside voice. He said, okay, that's fair enough. And he said, and then he said, well, what's the name? What's your name? She goes, I'm Josie Kitty. And that's my mama, Colette Kitty. And that's my Aunt Carmen Kitty. What's your name? Oh, Nene Kitty. And Nene Kitty's my Nene. And she goes, yeah, I'm Nene. And the bear says, I like Nene Kitty. She seems nice. You want one of my fishes? And the kitty says, we like fish, sure. How about a little one? So he gave them each a little one, they ate it. And it was so good. Well, then they said, well, we better be on our way, because we got to go a long ways to go. So Brant Bear said, okay, you guys be careful. Have a good day. See you later. So off they went. They went up a big mountain, away from the river. And they could see for miles and miles and miles. Just trees and mountains and hills. They could see the hawk and eagles flying in the air. It was so pretty. Well, then something happened. It started to lightning and thunder. And they said, uh-oh, you better get home. Well, you know what happened? It started to rain and it started getting wet. And so they said, well, okay, take out your backpacks and put on your raincoat. That's what Nene Kitty said. And so they all did that. They put on their raincoats. And Josie Kitty said, I'm scared. And Colette Kitty said, don't be scared. It's okay, we have a raincoat. Well, we're high on this mountain, said Carmen Kitty. Yeah, we better get down off the mountain, said Nene Kitty. So they went down low where the lightning couldn't get them. And they found a big rock ledge. They could get underneath it, and it would stay dry. So they all went in there. It was kind of like a cave, about as big as this room. And they went in there, and they're being real quiet. And then they heard something say, "Who's in my cave?" And they were just really scared. Nobody said anything. And all of a sudden, they heard it again. Who's in my cave?
That's scary.
And Josie Kitty was brave. She said, I am. I'm Josie Kitty. I'm not afraid of you. And she said, show yourself. And And so Nene Kitty had her phone. She turned the light on. And guess what it was?
Bear.
No,
Not mine.
it's a chipmunk. A little chipmunk.
What's she doing?
A little chipmunk. And guess what he had? He had all these nuts that he'd been saving. And they were
He's
hungry.
a chipmunk.
He's a chipmunk.
He's a chipmunk.
His name is Chipper, the chipmunk. And he had all these nuts that he had saved. And acorns, and he said, "Are you hungry?" And they said, "Boy, you don't sound like a little chipmunk. You sound like a big old bear." "Oh, well, that's because when I was little, I was friends with Brantha Bear, and he taught me how to talk. Because most chipmunks don't know how to talk, just like most kitties don't either." "Oh, that makes sense." And after a while, it started getting dark. And they were at home, and their mother was worried about it. But then, just that big moon came out. The big yellow moon came out. And they did kind of get lost. They didn't know which way to go. And you know what happened? They heard a voice. "Hey, guys, what are you doing?" "Who's that?" "Is that you, Brant the Bear?" "Yep, that's me. Are you guys lost?" "Yes, we are. We're lost." "Well, follow me. I'll give you a ride. Actually, climb on my back and I'll give you a ride back to your house." And that's just what they did. He laid down and they climbed up his tail. Do bears have tails? The bears don't have much tails. They have little tails. He climbed up on his back. He says, "Is everybody ready to go?" And Josie Kitty said, "I am." And Carmen Kitty says, "I am." So what Kitty says, "I am." And Nene Kitty said, "Yeah, let's get going. What's taking you so long?" He says, "Okay, but before we go, do you have your seatbelts on?" "Seatbelts? You don't have seatbelts." "I know, I was just kidding." So he takes them all the way to their driveway at the mailbox and drops them off. And their mother was so happy to see him, but she was kind of angry. She says, "Where did you go? I was so worried about you. I almost had to call 91111." "But Mom, we don't have a telephone." "Oh yeah, that's right. Otherwise I would have called, but we don't have a phone." So she said, "I made you guys your favorite dinner. 3 Musketeers bars. And hot chocolate. And now it's time for bed. Good night." And she gave them all a kiss and put them to bed.
And then the next morning.
And that was it. Good night.
Can you make me another?
No, that was it. I only have one in me. Just one. Did you like that story?
You can